That's the main, one of the main drags in Palermo. It's, I mean, there's some amazing streets here. And that's the Teatro Massimo in the background. And then there's these little side streets that all have millions of shops. Quite incredible. So here we have like sort of a plaza. Quite amazing statues at the edge of each building here. So this is an exhibit. He said there was a gentleman in the front. He said it's evolved from the crime and the violence. Wow. So this is Palermo Cathedral. Huh? We're on the way to the Bolaro market, walking. So this is the entry to the market. Lots of street food. Very, very sure the Department of Health in the United States would be thrilled with the way they display all this stuff. At least the meat is in a cold cabinet. Here we go. Shish kebabs. Fruit and vegetables. Lots and lots of people. Positive. All this, that's the all those look good. Then there's the squid. We're here, we're back again. This is our favourite place. We come here to eat. Approaching the castle in Erice. This is the view of the other side of Trapani. There's Erice, that's like the main drag when we come from like the parking lot. So we're about to go into the Valley of the Temple, right, with 4 million other people, and hopefully we're going to have a good time. So the valley basically starts with this temple. This is the, I think it's the Temple of Juno, and then stretches all the way along there, and that's the town of Agrigento in the background. What do you reckon? This, you think this used to be a Hilton?
Or Marriott, maybe.
It's possible. Yeah, it's difficult to tell. Looks a bit like a courtyard. They must have advertised the rooms as having great sea views. Okay, so here we are in front of the Temple of Concordia. Quite an amazing view. I've asked a lot of people to stand out the way where they just don't seem to listen. So I've got to have people in the photograph as well. Well, what can you do? So we just walked through a garden, and there's like a couple of modern buildings, and then all of a sudden we come to this bridge, and wow, over there, ancient Greek vending machine. Looks like they were quite advanced. That's a pretty garden, and this is remained in very good condition, this building. I believe it's like 2200 years old, but it looks amazing. I woke up this morning and the light was beautiful. It's about 7:45 in the morning, and I thought I'd take I took a couple of still pictures, but the view from the room, and that's the Temple of Juno in the distance. Walking towards the entrance of the Villa Romana del Sicily. This was an old house built by a senator. Lining up for the tickets. There's more mosaics here apparently than anywhere else, any other Roman villa that's been discovered. Yeah, so that's to the extent of it, and they want us to walk in the entrance. This is the floor. That must have been a bath. Wow. Look at that. They were found in this condition. It's a massive area of mosaics. I mean, the tops of those columns. Look at this. It almost seems like it goes on forever. I mean, this runs all the way. It's quite amazing. Yes, they did. They used to keep lions and all sorts of things, you know. Okay, so I took a wrong turn. We're in Anna. I took a wrong turn. And this is, believe it or not, called the Via Grande. Well, we finally parked. We found a place. That's another little walled town over there. Don't know what that is. There's a castle up on the hill there. And this is like a nice town square. Very quiet little place. Well, this is our hotel in the Des Étrangers. So that in my best Italian type French accent. And that's across, we're in Ortigia. Coming out of our hotel and turning left, we immediately see the narrow roads. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of tourists here, like a large piazza. Spectacular. Interesting doorway leading to what must have been a palace. There must be something very special about that church because they're all lining up to get in. They must be giving away gold bars because I can't see any other reason to line up for so long. I believe this was a Hilton in Roman times, maybe even Greek times. So we got tickets. We're going to go on the Love Boat, which is over there. See that small thing? And it takes us apparently around the island and then to the grotto. Looking forward to it. Okay, we're getting ready. The pilot has arrived. Captain has arrived. He looks sober to me. Doing his finest safety instructions. Probably going to tell us not to jump off the boat, things like that. He's lifted the anchor. We've all had our safety instructions, which consisted of nothing.
Wow, so I can see myself.
Wave to the the back. That's a church built around the temple. And there's that lighthouse at the end. I'm not sure if you can gain any of the stories they must be able to tell of the Phoenicians, the Greeks, the Normans. I was wondering why he asked us if we want to take out life insurance. My goodness. Another cave about 40 yards up. I can't really see the difference, but I suppose there must be. The biggest and the last cave. Whoa. So they call that rock the gorilla, but to me it looks more like a bear. We just arrived at Ragusa Ibla. There's two Ragusas. This is the ancient town, and we parked down there. We're going to walk into the town. Not sure if you can see quite how steep this is, with houses on both sides. We are approaching the Duomo. So we're coming into the piazza with the Duomo, which is to my right. Wow. See, I've still got a good German camera.
Oh yeah, very good.
So from the Duomo, there's a street, you know, runs down. There's quite a few restaurants, bars. It's really ancient. Beautiful town, look. Looks like 3 tourist buses just came in the other direction. God, I wish they'd cull a few people before they let them in. Wow, right in the middle of this very old town, there's this hole in the wall that opens up into this beautiful. That's the town of Ragusa from the road. That's the Duomo where we were. This looks like the main drag in Noto. We parked. You know, there's one church, another street down there. This was rebuilt in the 1800s in the Baroque style. Rebuilt in the Baroque style. And above the altar at the end, there's an there's an Aleph. Another view of that, amazing. And that's down the street and opposite. There they've got an exhibition of 40 Caravaggios. That looks like the other end of town. Okay, so that's our hotel, the Metropole. When we come out the doors and look and turn right, we've got this ancient arch. Walk through. There's that beautiful building there. They're overlooking the ocean. Now I have to try and find my wife. Looks like Yves Saint Laurent. No, is that Yves Saint Laurent? Oh, Louis Vuitton. Yeah. And then can't find Doreen, she's disappeared. Oh, there she is, I should have guessed. On the way to Etna, and there it is in the distance, smoking, and we see all this black lava from the recent earthquake. Well, there's Etna smoking on top, and look at this, all this black earth from the last eruption. Amazingness. Oh, I think we're arriving. I think this is it. That's sort of interesting. We found out that cable car that we just watched, it's good that we're not going to be waiting for it because it only operates in the winter. Apparently the other way to go is we go down there, we get a ticket for a bus. Okay, I want to interview this lady over here. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me. Scusi, per favor. Scusi. Now, do I understand you're very keen to see the crater at the top?
It's right there.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, do I understand that you have a great interest in going up in the cold weather and looking at the crater that's smoking?
No, thank you. I'd rather.
You sure?
I'd rather the wineries.
You want to go to the wineries? Okay, now I'll see if I can interview somebody else. Let's hope this is the winery Planeta.
Can you stop the car, please?
All right, you're on radio, darling, speaking so sweetly. Look at that. Well, that's definitely grapes. I don't know if we're in the right place or not, quite honestly. I think this is maybe just one of their wineries. So we came inside the, this looks like the main tasting room. They've got the wines, olive oils. It's beautiful here.
And slow growing season.
And this grape is grown right outside, and the last picking was
Yesterday. Yesterday we finished
Amazing.
to pick the grapes, and it's Carricante, the name of it. It's a local indigenous variety from Etna area.
Can it be bought in America?
Yes, we distribute in the States.
You do?
Yes, through Taub Family Selection.
Do they sell primarily to restaurants?
No, also to wine
Retail?
shop, wine stores. Yes.
Yeah. Have
yes.
you heard of Costco?
Yes.
They're the biggest in the biggest. We buy wine from Costco.
Okay.
But
I don't know if you
think they'd
find
have. They
here.
wouldn't. They have.
I don't think so.
Yeah. This wine comes from the opposite side of Sicily.
So where we are right now is Etna, and is where we have been tasting the Carricante. Now we're gonna taste Cometa, which is a Fiano grape. Fiano, Fiano, is produced in Memphis area, where Planeta family originally comes from. Wow.
An English person. So now we are trying the Nera d'Avola. See?
Coming from Noto, so the southest part of the
Noto.
island.
We went to Noto.
Chalky, calcareous, white soil.
Okay, darling. Show us the olive oil that we're going to have. Right, and we just finished Planeta. It's very nice. Lovely, darling. And now we're going to leave.
How many bottles of wine did you get?
I got one. One bottle.
Oh, good.
One bottle of the white.
The white.
So we're driving through Sicilian wine country. Yeah, look at grapes everywhere you look. Almost olive trees. Lining up for the cable car takes us down to the beach. I'm going to try and get 2 business class returns. Try not to get too frightened. Hello, darling. Got the mask on. There's the cable car. It's interesting. Okay, so we're about to take our life in our hands, and the cable car ends up down there. Hopefully, when I say down there, at the end. And it's beautiful here, isn't it? Taormina.
It's very beautiful, yes.
It's crazy, I'm not frightened at all. Don't understand. Look at that up there, look, there's that village that we...
Yeah.
Look. Wow.
Yes, they won't make it.
No. Next time.
Julian, look at the field.
Yeah.
The soccer field.
Yeah, well, it's soccer and probably all sorts of things. Wow. Look at that hotel, lovely pool. It's so beautiful here.
Dit is zo geil, dat is zo evil in game.
Isabella.
Dat is ook eens low, hè?
Aber er fragt immer, eben die Sprache verstehen. Fast jeder Mensch versteht.
Assim vê-se, sim, provavelmente assim vê-se.
And that we landed successfully, and that will be the way back later. Here we are. Okay, so Isola Bella, that's the beach where they moved, they filmed, what's it called? The White
Lotus.
Banana? What? Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Do you think that's the beach?
No, I think it's a private one.
Where? But that's the end of the beach. There's no more beach. So it must be a lot here somewhere. That is probably it. Let's go down there and have some lunch.
Yeah, let's walk to where it says.
Fresh from her marathon trip. It's only been 17 hours. I still recognize her, thank God. Well, did you actually trip across to the island?
No, because
Ah,
I would have.
She didn't have €4 probably.
well, you
No,
gotta
I
pay.
Halfway
€4
down
for the island.
You're kidding.
a credit card.
Right.
I know it is.
So I saved 4. Right.
No, I just.
Okay, so we left the beach. We left rather the Solar Bella. Now we're going to try and find a place for lunch on the beach. Door hasn't closed yet. Oh, good. That's good. That's good. Finally taking off. We've been here since Tuesday, and don't know. I think they were checking the brakes or something. There was a delay before we took off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this lovely lady from Holland.
Oh, my hair. It's lit.
I'll edit it. Yeah. So far, so good.
Yeah.
We're going to try and visit that little village tomorrow on the top. Oops, there goes lunch. Lunch just disappeared. Lots of little souvenirs. What's that? Dead dogs in a bus. And cats. Okay, we are on the bus on our way to, what is it, Castelmorro? It's a village that I actually took a little shot of when we were on the way, and now there's all the fearless people going through the town. Bad enough driving a car around here. I would not want to drive a bus at any time, but we have our fearless driver over there, and apparently in about 20 minutes we're going to get to this little village on the hill. I'm going to take a shot of it before we get there. It's a bit scary when we're taking these very tight bends at about 40 miles an hour. We're approaching the village from the east side. So we've walked up a lot of stairs from where the bus dropped us off, and we came here to this sort of entry piazza, and what a lovely view of Castelmorro. I'm a bit breathless from walking, but let's see this view. Wow. Do you know what the elevation is here, Doreen? So that's Taormina below. Well, this time the Duomo is not at the top of the hill, it's somewhere down, and there's this beautiful street. We're going to walk towards the Duomo. Look at this tiny little street. It's gorgeous. I think it's probably down there. then as we get through the alley, we see the Duomo, the church. Inside the Duomo, so it's just a small church, but it's really quite beautiful. Definitely shows. Well, I'm up here at virtually the top of Castelmoro. Through the mist, we can see Taormina below. There's the Tyrrhenian Sea. And this is the castle area. I suppose I'm going to try and go up there. Quite a view from the other side. Shame it's a bit misty. Maybe I'll try and fix that in post, I don't know. Sun's trying to come out. We met these lovely people from Boston, yeah, and they're going to Ireland, yeah, and they also love to enjoy life.
Food is a lot better in Maine than it is in Sicily.
Yeah,
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah.
We agree.
Yeah.
I think we like
Tuscany's got better
Tuscany has the
Yeah.
best Italian food.
I'm not. We were told that
very bland.
Sicily had the best food in Italy.
We've had some good meals for sure.
Yeah, but it's not
life-changing.
It's not. You're right.
Not that
You
I'm
know?
gonna be like, oh, we have to go back to
I
Sicily.
mean, we love Italian food.
Yeah,
so-
the best food of my life is in Tuscany.
I agree.
Yeah,
Agree.
Tuscany's great, isn't it? Beautiful.
Love Tuscany. I got to go there on a wine. I work in the wine industry, and I got
Oh,
to go
really?
there on a trip, and it was all like paid for.
Who are you
We-
with?
It's also very
the time I was working, I was selling Ruffino, so it was a
Oh, okay,
big Italian
Ruffino,
brand.
the old canteen in the
Yeah,
basket.
just kind
right.
of big stream
Yeah,
Italian brand, but
right.
they put us up in their castle for free all
Oh
week.
my
we
goodness.
had a butler, a
Wow.
chef. It was,
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know if I can go back to Tuscany. I've done it at a very expensive level.
Yeah,
so.
did you go to Banffy? Because that's American.
We did not go to Banffy, competitor. So.
That's American, but
Yeah,
wow,
yeah.
amazing.
I've heard of the properties.
Oh,
beautiful.
unbelievable.
Yeah, it was fun. That was a great trip.
We're driving along the coast. We're on the other route now. We're going to do the coastal towns, and we're going to Naxos, which is the oldest Greek town. Can't see that much at the moment. Not exactly clear. Coming along to the coast. So I believe we're going to do the coastal route now. We're going, I anticipated turning right. We turned left. Let's hope he doesn't have to do a U-turn somewhere. Slightly mix in a bit of ash from the Etna into the sand to make sure it's a little bit dark. No one in the sea unless they actually drowned already. It's a little bit rough this morning. This is the town next door to Taormina. They should rename it Sicily. There should be a more appropriate name for this place. And here we go. Not too many people hopping off or jumping off. Hope that little kid back jumps off or they throw him out the bloody window. We're leaving Sicily, and it looks like we're going. Haven't got a clue. I wish that kid had stopped. Fucking bastard. Not sure where he is. He's in the back somewhere. A little. What? What? Bloody hell. You must be driving 50 miles an hour around these bends. Another car. This geezer doesn't value the front of his car. Whoops. That's where we had lunch yesterday. Right. And the cable car's just to the right here, coming up to where the cable car is. Right.
Isola Bella.
Okay, we're taking off from Isola Bella, and to the right is the cable car. See it there? That's what we took yesterday. You can walk across that island. You'll see people walking in the water there. We're driving through Naxos, which is the next town to the west of Taormina. I'm sure at night this place must be jumping.
Una musica dolce suonava soltanto per me.
Because you're taking
Well, we're sitting in Heathrow Airport, ready to take off for San Diego. This is the lounge of Terminal 3. You walk through like a myriad of duty-free shops and then get to all these stores. You've got Boots, W.H. Smith, you've got Chanel, you've got Harrods, World of Whiskies, whatever that is, Glorious Britain, Samsonite. Up there it's Harrods, not quite as large as the Knightsbridge store, thank you sir.